had my brain scanned about 10 months ago by Dr. Daniel Amen. He's the number one brain scan doctor in the world. And he scanned the brains of so many celebrities, from the Kardashians to, everyone else. And when he gave me my brain scan results, this was September last year, I was shocked. I thought I had a healthy brain, but my brain was about 5 years older than my biological age. And I asked Dr. Daniel Amen, what the hell is going on? And he asked me a question. Do you drink?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yes. And he said, did you have COVID? And I said, yes. So he said, it's one of those two. It's alcohol or it's COVID. And I believed it was COVID. I truly believed it was COVID. I'd had COVID 6 months before, and I believed, it must have been Omicron, what it did to my brain. But I decided to do some experiments. So in November last year, I went on a clean diet, WildFit, which is the Mind Valley clean eating system.
Mm.
And no carbs, no sugars, no alcohol. And in that month of November, my brain was on fire. I was so focused, so aligned. I estimate I was earning maybe an extra hour or two per day because I could solve problems so much faster, thus freeing up time. Okay, but I went back to enjoying carbs because I enjoy the occasional baguette. I went back to drinking red wine because I live in Europe and I drink 7 to 10 glasses of red wine a week. I just love red wine. It's part of living in beautiful continental Europe.
Yeah.
Now, after 6 months, I noticed that my focus was no longer as sharp as it was. My productivity had dipped from that experiment in November. So I decided to try the experiment again, and I wanted to isolate. Was it sugar? Was it carbs? Was it exercise? Was it alcohol? So I decided to take away alcohol, but I decided to enjoy a little bit of carbs. I was in Italy, and it's impossible to avoid carbs in Italy.
Sure.
And and again, it's impossible to ignore sugar in Italy, especially when they invented tiramisu. But I noticed, even with, now again, I wasn't overeating sugar, I wasn't overeating carbs, but I did have my intake of sugar and carbs. But the one thing that was a constant that I had removed was alcohol. And I noticed my brain was as sharp as it was in November. So now I identified the isolating factor. It was alcohol. And I realized that I'd been telling myself a lie for most of my adulthood. I thought drinking a glass of red wine was wonderful. I told myself it was healthy, it alleviates stress, it helps you relax. Turned out it was really fucking me up and hurting my brain. I'm excited to get my brain scanned again, and I believe my brain age will now be younger than my biological age. And I can feel it in terms of focus, in terms of productivity. I've never felt this sharp. But the one thing I removed is alcohol. Now, this is an example of where one can delude themselves to think that the occasional glass of red wine is helping you alleviate stress, not being aware of the long-term effects.